Hey guys, for this episode of Under the Surface, we're going to go through 3 PPC trends that we consider you should get ready for in 2020. So check it out.
So guys, we've been talking about expanded text ads, and that's what we've been working on generally, but we also want to adapt what we've written there into the responsive search ads. So guys, just to recap then, what are these responsive search ads about? How do we write them? What's the mechanism there? And what makes them distinguished from expanded text ads? Please go ahead, guys.
It allows us to adapt more text into the ad. So this will allow us to get more creative and provide more to the customers.
The general idea then there.
Basically, it's the strength of responsive search ads is that it allows you to use more variants for testing to see what performs better.
And Google takes it from there to make sure you're showing up the best headlines and description as possible.
More so than traditional search ads.
Because Google's doing the testing there more deliberately with that particular ad type. So yeah, that's responsive search ads, guys. Hey there, guys. The new recruits are now on their break, and right now, just to recap, we've been going over an activity where we're writing out their first round of text ads. And this is an activity where we want to make emphasis on our best practices for writing ads in general. Now, we always want to think about who's actually reading the advertisements and who are they for. So we want to make sure that we're writing in such a way that resonates to the potential customers that could be coming in for these Google Ads accounts. We also break down the content of an ad by general ideas that you always see, whether it's using the keywords that you've got in your ad groups, making use of your brand name, also using ideas related to the concept of a call to action or a call out. And that's basically what they're being introduced to right now and practicing on.
Hey guys, today we're creating some new responsive search ads for one of our Google Ads campaigns. And this is a very cool, recently implemented feature from Google Ads that allows you to include up to 15 headlines and 4 description lines, and Google Ads will combine those to create ads. Here with the responsive search ads, you can actually pin the headlines in which position you want them to show in the ad. I usually let Google handle that because one of the best practices that we implement is not to make our headlines too repetitive, so that Google has a bit more room to combine those ads and to have them make sense, basically. The more unique your descriptions and your headlines, the better, and the more content you include, the better as well. And one of the things that I like about responsive search ads the most is that they actually rate or grade your ad rank or ad strength. As you can see right now, this one is excellent, so I'm just gonna go ahead and save it. This is a great asset for boosting the click-through rate, as I mentioned, since it's going to be combining headlines and descriptions that you input. It also allows for Google to do split testing on which messages perform better. And it's great for improving interaction with your ads. So responsive search ads are a great asset to have as part of your Google Ads campaigns. One of the best practices is to have at least one responsive search ad per ad group. So that's the reason why we're currently including one in one of our campaigns. All campaigns should have one of these by now, so I definitely recommend that you make the most of those. Very cool.
Hey guys, we had a session with the team this week, and we went through one of the case studies that we have under automation and AI. And what I want to do right now is just drive through one of the items that we discussed in the meeting. So this is just one small aspect of everything that we discussed, but this is a good start. And what we're trying to figure out is just a new way in which you can manage search campaigns. And what you're trying to accomplish is just to let the campaigns run automatically, fully automated. And this is a good approach to start with. So what you're trying to leverage is artificial intelligence, and there's 2 steps to begin with. So what you want to do is just use the regular approach, which is you launch keywords with the regular match types, BMM, phrase match, exact match, So there's an example dentist near me. And you leverage this along with AI, with the automated bidding, such as Target's PA, Target ROAS, whatever it is. So based on the way it works, you're setting specific rules to what people have to type in on Google to see your ad. And then this is going to learn what is actually driving more conversions automatically, right? So you just give it some time, probably a couple of weeks. And later, what you can do is you can just brainstorm this list of keywords. You can just expand the list, brainstorm as many keywords as you can. It doesn't really matter the size of it, as long as they share the same theme or approach. So for instance, you can just go within this ad group and you can just be like, okay, so the keyword with the rule was dentist near me. So now you can just expand the list with a bunch of keywords similar to where to find a dentist near me, how to find a dentist near me, how many dentists are near me, and you can just expand the list of keywords. Just go as crazy as you can, full broad keywords. And because AI already knows what drives the conversions, you don't really have to tell it manually what the rules have to be. And you do that for every single ad group that you have in the campaign. And I think that's the best approach to follow when it comes to search campaigns. At least this is the best way to leverage automation with search campaigns. And there's not that many people doing this. Another thing is that this phrase, as you can see, is a long tail, and this is very similar to what people will type. Not will type, but the way they will search with voice search on Google. So if you're gonna type something on Google, you're gonna go like this, dentist near me. But if you're gonna ask Google about it, then you're gonna ask it as if you were talking to somebody, right? And you will ask something like this, where to find a dentist. Google where to find a dentist, and you need to brainstorm a huge list of keywords like this. So it's like you're optimizing really the keyword list based on for voice search, and that makes a huge impact. And just to reinforce, this is only for search, right? And then so we just went through how you can make the keywords pretty much more effective with full broad keywords. But then there's a lot of items. It's too extensive, and most of the other ones are for how to improve how effective the algorithm works by lowering the number of variables that affects the decision making under AI. And we're gonna go in details into this later on. And then the other one is bidding. And this is a big one because usually people believe that you lose control with automation, but if you manage to understand how this works, and this in particular, you're gonna be able to manipulate average CPCs manually under automated bidding. So we're probably gonna be looking more into this later on, so stay tuned.
So we just went over responsive search ads, artificial intelligence. I'm going to share a couple of best practices that us as marketers can use for voice search. So what is voice search? Voice search is a rising trend that is increasing day by day. This means that people are talking to their devices to find things that they need. So us as marketers, what we can do to stay ahead of the curve and be updated is, by example, we can start focusing on long-tail keywords. We can use natural language phrases or questions, and we can focus on locations. Why locations? Because voice search is commonly used to find local businesses. People want to search for restaurants, they want to search for shops, and other type of locations that are near them. So using these terms like local or near me to your long tail keywords is still a great best practices. Optimizing your site for devices or using more natural language call to actions or type of content is also a good practices. So use all the tips that I just mentioned to be ready for 2020 and take advantage of this great feature.
I just wanted to welcome all of you to the floor, and I think MJ said it, it's already a great achievement that you guys passed screening, you passed nesting as the first group, so I'm really excited to see the fruits and the results of that. So welcome to the floor. Then again, if there's anything that you need, you have your managers who you'll get to know a bit better on Monday, and I'm also here for support. So I'm excited to start working together with all of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. So it's Friday, we're just wrapping up another week, and what better way to close off the week than with the graduation of our new batch of baby sharks. And this is actually the first batch that passed through the new process of nesting, so I'm very excited to see the results of that. On Monday, they're officially coming to the floor, sitting down with their new managers, with Javier, Anna, Christiana, Grecia, and Anna. So I'm very excited and very looking forward to start working with all of them. So yeah, that's pretty much all for this week. See you all in next episode of Under the Surface.